of your animal has been guiding you and healing you and awakening you in ways you've never realized. Today, I want to take you on a soul level treasure hunt because hidden inside your relationship with your animal are gifts and lessons you may never have ever discovered. Treasures that most people don't realize their animals are offering. They don't even think about it. And they offer them every single day. These gifts are subtle, they're unusual, and once you see them, you'll never be able to unsee them, and you'll start looking for them. So today, I'm sharing the 7 unusual gifts and lessons that your animals have given you and how to find those treasures your pet is sharing with you and placed on your path. The first one is the gift of hidden self knowledge. Animals reveal the parts of ourselves that we can't see, ones we may have no idea about until they illuminate them. They show us what we guard, what we soften for, what opens our heart, what triggers our ego, and what we love more than we even admit. This is one of the most profound gifts that they offer humans, and they do this over the course of their lifetime every single day. And so think about this, many of the traits that you love most in yourself only come alive in the presence of your animal. In fact, when we miss them after they pass, what we are often missing is who we were with them. We liked ourselves a lot better, probably. Their gentleness brings out our gentleness. Their vulnerability brings out, you know, your loyalty and protectiveness. Their devotion reveals your capacity to love without hesitation. And sometimes we don't fully know who we are until our animal shows us. So ask yourself, what does my animal bring out in me that no one else does? What part of myself do they let me finally see? And what do I like most about myself because of them? The second one is the gift of being guided by the unseen. Animals appear and leave at moments that don't make sense on the surface. They arrive with divine timing, always on purpose, and they leave with divine timing, though that one's more difficult to understand, and the thread that weaves us together becomes visible only in hindsight. This is Spirit's quiet orchestration, the invisible choreography supporting and guiding us. Think about when your animal arrived. Was it planned? Or did something random pull you in their direction? Most people say it just happened. But when we look deeper, nothing about it was random. The right animal arrives when your soul has called them in. And when they leave, their timing also carries meaning that we grow into over time. This is what I've learned in my own life with the animals. For instance, Murphy came into my life just a few months before my sister passed, suddenly and tragically. And he was in place, this guide, this strong support during those rough following months. I don't know how I would have survived without him, actually. And one of the puppies from a mom who had come to me, actually on Thanksgiving Day, and pregnant and needing help. One of those puppies went to a family who would experience the death of their father 6 months later. And these were the Winnie the Pooh puppies, so it was Christopher, became a rock solid support for them all. So I want you to ask yourself, what was happening in my life when this animal arrived? What invisible support were they sent to deliver? 3, the gift of energetic recalibration. So our animals shift our vibrations simply by being who they are. They're emotional tuning forks, frequency stabilizers, healers of the home. Your nervous system relaxes. your breath deepens, and your energy aligns. And your animal always knows when you're overwhelmed, when you're heartbroken, when you're anxious, when you're lonely. Think about it. Do they sit beside you? Do they lean on you? Do they look into your eyes? And then suddenly you notice your whole body begins to recalibrate. They're not just comforting you, they're actually shifting your energy. So think about this. How does my body feel in my animal's presence? What shifts in me when they enter the room? 4 is the gift of soul level lessons you didn't know you were even learning. Animals teach us without teaching. Through their well being, they help us learn boundaries, self love, patience, how to be joyful. That's a big one, I think. And how to receive love. They're really good at receiving love. They teach us vulnerability, trust, letting go of control, and, releasing perfection pictures and living without conditions, and so much more. Your animal may have been your first experience of unconditional love. And that's a huge one. And we always talk about it with the animals. Your first experience of presence, your first experience of reading energy, not words. So animals shape us into more intuitive, emotionally honest humans. They invite us into a relationship where truth is felt, not spoken. So, what pattern or struggle in my life softened or changed because my animal came into my life? 5 is the gift of opening your intuitive channel. Your animal awakens your intuition in so many ways that you may not even realize. You start to know things, a feeling, a sensation, a picture, a sudden knowing, a heart whisper. Your intuitive channels come online. They open not because you try, but because your animal guides you there and it's just natural. And you're just reading energy without realizing it. And they're teaching you. So most people actually don't realize they're intuitive until they love an animal. And I've asked many, and they can tell me, oh, my animal feels like this and this. They're reading energy. And suddenly they know what their animal needs. It's easy, it's effortless. They sense when something is wrong. They communicate through energy, emotion, and inner truth. This is soul to soul communication, soul to soul communion. And once awakened, it doesn't go back to sleep ever. You'll be forever changed. So ask yourself, what was the first moment I knew something about my pet without logic? Think about it the first time. And how often does that happen? 6 is the gift of sacred presence, the moment as a portal. I don't know about you, but animals escort me into the now every time I'm around them. And boy, do I need it sometimes. But here's the unusual part: presence isn't just peace, presence is an actual portal, a doorway, a connection, guidance for healing and communication and communion with spirit. Your animal is not worried about tomorrow. That's what we do. They're not replaying yesterday either. They live fully here. And, when you allow yourself to join them in the exact moment, something shifts. Even if you have to put yourself in timeout to be with them and do it, it's well worth it because your awareness softens and it widens. Your heart opens. Life becomes more visible, more tender, more true. This is why so many people say, my deepest peace, Tami, is when I'm with my animal. So I want you to ask yourself, when I slow down, with myself, with my animal, what becomes more visible, more tender, more true? 7 is the gift of transformational endings. This may be the hardest gift to see and the most profound, actually. Every ending with an animal is actually a threshold, an initiation. It's a gateway into deeper compassion and deeper awakening. It's like they have a soul contract with us to help us there. And our relationships with them don't end, they evolve as we evolve. And so many people say, my life fell apart after they passed. Have you felt like that? I know I have. But when they look back, they realize something else also happened. It's like a new awareness opened, a new softness emerged, a new discerning ability is there, a new purpose took shape. Animals continue teaching us after they leave their bodies. Love becomes a bridge. The connection becomes energetic, even more, and their guidance becomes spiritual. So, what deeper capacity awakened in you after your animal passed? Take a look and see what opened. Your animal is not just a companion, they are a teacher, a guide, a healer. They are a soul ally walking you home to yourself. These 7 unusual gifts and lessons are part of the treasure map that they've placed in your life and on your path. I hope today helped you uncover and start thinking about all the gifts and lessons and treasures that you may still need to uncover. And if this message resonated with your heart, please like and subscribe. And most of all, share it with anyone who needs to hear it, especially someone who might be ready to discover the hidden gifts that their animal has been offering them all along.